NARC is said to have sought to accord respect and recognition to the Mau Mau fighters and other political fugitives that had fled Kenya years ago.
Remember, up to that time, Mau Mau was still banned. It was still a terrorist organization. And Kibaki, I think, was the first president willing to restore honor to them, even to restore innocence. Because up to Kibaki's regime, the Mau Maus were terrorists, they were criminals. It was okay the way they were dealt with by the colonial government.
Mimi nilikuja kugundua baadaye, na mimi nikaanza kutofautiana na Karemi. Hata huko Ethiopia nilimwambia hiyo mzee si Kikuyu, hiyo ni mtu wa Addis Ababa. Sasa Karemi hakufurahia hiyo, alikuwa anataka mimi niitikie. Lakini baadaye kabisa, unajua alienda kwa Standard, akatoka kwa Standard tena akaruka kwa Nation. Tulienda na yeye tukiwa sponsored ni Standard. Sasa akatoka kwa Standard akarudi kwa Nation, akawa tena sponsored. Sasa akashika mama yangu, brother ya baba yangu, jamadari mwingine wawili hivi, mama yangu na baba mdogo, brother ya Mathenge. Na hiyo brother ya Mathenge walifanyiwa DNA na ikasemekana si Mathenge, wakati Kibwana alikuwa kwa sijui Minister of Foreign Affairs, sikumbuki vizuri.
The government was central. Karemi had been able to convince Kibaki government that he had managed to trace the real Mathenge, and without probably information that said otherwise. I think the government seemed to have no choice but to call him home. The only mistake I think that was made was there was no verification before the man was put on the plane to this place. Even before identifying who would travel with him from Ethiopia to Kenya, because he came accompanied by some government officials. His own children, were said to be members of the Ethiopian administration, something like Idios or something like that. So obviously you did not expect a conspiracy to have been worked out among all these people who are involved and who are part of governments in the two respective countries, Kenya and Ethiopia.
The former Subukia lawmaker and assistant minister at the time says trouble started immediately Lema Ayanu landed. There was total communication breakdown.
He's saying that General Mathenge is my mother's brother, and he said it is our relatives, and I'm from General Mathenge's family, he says.
I was disturbed by the fact that he was not speaking any Kikuyu at all. And I asked myself, could he have forgotten all the Kikuyu that he knew? And he had gone to Ethiopia in his, I think, when he was above middle age. So obviously, there is no way he was going to have forgotten Kikuyu.
Ayanu remained silent amid the jubilation renting the air. He could not utter a single word in Kikuyu, Kiswahili, or even English, immediately raising doubts regarding his true identity. He only spoke Amharic. The man was a fake General Mathenge. Neither Mathenge's wife nor children were at the airport when he landed, which contradicts Koigi's account.
Mr. Ayanu was complete towards his wife or children. The son was there, if I remember well, and they were all kind of distant from him. And so I wondered, was he trying to be well-mannered? What was it that was making him stay back? Why couldn't he embrace his wife? Why could he not hug his son?
Tulijaribu kwenda, lakini hiyo gari tulikuwa na yeye, unajua sasa mji ulikuwa kwa umegawanyika. Si sasa nation imepeleka kina mama yangu na hawa majemadari na baba mdogo wamepelekwa huko, na mimi hapa, na mimi nasema hiyo si Mathenge, na wao wanazidi kusema pamoja na mama yangu, maana alikuwa kwa brainwashed, anasema hiyo ni Mathenge nini, na mimi nakataa kabisa. Lakini Karemi maana alikuwa na uwezo wa kuandika, kesho yake nasikia gazeti imetoka, ayanu atakuja. Sasa wakati tuliingia gari iliharibikia huko barabarani, hatukufika huko.
When Mathenge landed in Nairobi, my son Karemi and I headed there to see him. But when we got to Mathare, our car spoiled. That's when I decided to go back home. I never made it to Nairobi to see him.
We were in such excitement that a lot of these things were happening at the back of the mind rather than at the front. Frontally, we were too busy trying to see how we were going to take him from, how the vehicle would come to pick him. Remember, other than ourselves, the entire Ethiopian embassy was there. The ambassador was one of the people keeping the crowds back. No one could fail to get convinced that first there is something that is important here and unusual, but again, as I told you, there was this other problem of these other things that seemed odd, and there was really no explanation for them.